two, 1 2. Let me check the audio real quick. Oh my God, yo, there is. You won't believe it. You won't believe it, y'all. Yo, check this out. You all won't believe this shit. It is crazy. It's crazy. Let me just get this and make sure that my audio is good. This, you all are not going to believe this. This is just reported in from iHip. You won't believe this shit. This is just, it's just ridiculous. Hold on. Let me see. Am I on now or what? Am I live? Where is it at? Oh my God. We're live. And we got the right live. Yeah, we live. We live. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Yo, check this out, y'all. Yeah, I had to I just had to make sure this. You won't believe it. There's reporting from iHip, right now, where they're talking about Charlie that saying that this dude, right? Charlie Kirk's shooter was actually a Christian conservative MAGA Mormon who actually got pissed off because Laura Loomer basically targeted Charlie Kirk the day before. You won't believe this shit. It is crazy. And I knew there had to be more to this damn story. Yo, here's the real story, y'all. It's finally coming out. It is crazy. Yo, Edward, peep this. This is ridiculous. But it's real. Check it.
Been named the suspect in the killing of Charlie Kirk, and details surrounding this person are starting to emerge. Kylie, put up the first one. Tyler Robinson and his family don't look like trans.
Y'all see this? You see this? So, in other words, this got nothing to do with any. They were spewing all types of stuff, but let me just blow this image up for y'all real quick. This is, I'm not surprised. But I mean, you know, this story and the way this news media, this type of pumping out the right wing is done, Fox, Trump, they're so comfortable just lying to people, just openly lying. They could have said from the beginning, dude was a conservative Christian from Utah, a Mormon family that grew up with weapons as a kid. That is who he is. It's nothing to do with liberals. This is crazy. Look.
Trans liberals to me. Tyler's family is registered Republicans. His father is a minister and
They are registered Republicans. His families are registered Republicans. His father's a minister. Like, seriously. His father's a minister, yo. And this is what we've been saying. Listen, I'm telling you, people from the left, we are tough. We will fight. We don't have no problem with that at all. We will defend our lives. We will defend our heritage from our American heritage, from our country. We will defend it with whatever we need to. But these people lie to their own constituents' faces. And here it is again. The center of the problem comes right back into full view. You couldn't expect the truth from Kash Patel. Can't expect the truth from Donald Trump. Can't expect the truth from Fox News. No. Not at all. Actually, we were right. It's just the goddamn guns. And these people kill each other. They kill each other. Listen to this.
Trans liberals to me. Tyler's family is registered Republican.
Yo, can you believe this shit, Edward? Can you believe this shit? Like, but it makes perfect sense now, don't it? Yes, it does. Everyone in the Western world that's looking at the U.S.'s gun problem knows this finally makes some damn sense.
Republicans. His father is a minister and former law enforcement. They have family members in the military. Oh, and Tyler's parents introduced him to weapons at an early age. Kylie, put up these photos individually. Here he is with his father, and you notice his father has on kind of that Patriot MAGA coded style merch. And here he is was raised in gun culture, shooting guns. So we knew that the person who shot Kirk would have to have experience. Here he is as a very small child with an assault.
Yo, I'm sorry. Big up to the Midas Touch. Big up to iHip for breaking this news. This is breaking news, y'all. This is the person right here. And listen, as far as I'm concerned, the dude is American. I don't know his family's history. I don't know all of that, but he looked just as American as anybody to me. Like, just, I mean, you know what I'm saying? His clothing, what he wears, he looks like any old American from East Coast, West Coast, anywhere. You know, I can't tell. You see what I mean? What his thinking is. But it turns out this is what it is.
Rifle.
It's not a liberal. It's not an African American. It's not a black person. It's not a Jew. It's not a Muslim. It's not a transgender. It's not a woman. It's none of this, a woman that's looking for an abortion to have abortion rights. No. No. This was about MAGA infighting. That's what they're saying now. This is goddamn MAGA infighting. And listen, I was saying that from the beginning. I said that 2 days ago. Like, sometimes these people kill each other. I said that literally. Sometimes they kill each other. There's no way to know. And look
this
at this.
Has sadly become a huge part of American culture where kids.
Wow.
Here he is sitting down with a huge weapon. So this fits not the prototype.
Yo, hit the like button, y'all, and share so more people can see this. Trump is full of shit. This
profile of a radical leftist, because we don't go to gun shows and take photographs with weapons. This sadly is what always comes out about these right-wing extremists. Gun culture is a huge part of it. Loneliness, radicalization online.
Yo, big up to iHip for breaking this news. They down with the Midas Touch too. Big up to them, because listen, y'all, if you're watching Fox, look, this is not a story broken by MSNBC. Let me pause this. This is not a story broken by Fox News. This is not a story broken by CNN. This is not a story broken by any legacy media outlet. This is a story broken by left media on YouTube, flat out. And this is the real person. They should have had this shit all the time. And you know what? They did. See, this is the good part. The FBI knew. Soon as they caught this guy, it only took them 15 minutes to find out who he is. And they didn't want folks to know.
Well, Governor,
it's crazy.
All this is breaking very quickly. The Associated Press is reporting what, Pumps?
That that Tyler Robinson had become radicalized and got into politics recently and did not believe what Charlie Kirk believed, but it doesn't go into specifics.
Okay. And then here's what we know about the shooter. Call to Activism is reporting Tyler Robinson of Utah. His father is a retired sheriff. They're Mormon.
Their father is a retired sheriff. They're Mormon. These are not just, do you hear this? I mean, retired sheriff. They're Mormons. I mean, if you know anything about Utah, you know, a lot of people are Mormons there. That's a big Mormon center, you know. And but you know, there's a lot of conservative Christians there, like flat out. You know that. You know what it is.
They're white. He was raised with guns and shooting, and he wore a Trump costume for Halloween. And you see these same photographs again, him with his dad, and his dad with that kind of patriotic black and white American flag.
Now, can y'all see that? Let me try to blow this up a little bit so people can see what she's talking about right there. I'm gonna make it a little bigger. Actually, can this work? Will this work? Yeah, let's see if that works for everybody. Here we go. Can y'all see that there, the American flag right there?
All that MAGA coded hyper masculinity style merch. And you see the gun in his hands when he is a small child. And then next up is that within the MAGA movement, if somebody steps out of line, they start to intercannibalize. And 2 days before the murder of Charlie Kirk, Laura Loomer was calling out Charlie Kirk online in a since deleted tweet.
You hear that? in a since deleted tweet 2 days ago, Laura Loomer started calling out Charlie Kirk online.
She tweeted that Charlie Kirk had stabbed Trump in the back.
Charlie Kirk had stabbed Trump in the back. That's Laura Loomer, and Laura Loomer is right next to Trump. Right next to Trump.
And didn't have Trump's back and all of this other stuff. She sent.
And you know she must have been saying this. You know Trump is aware of all of this shit. But in any case, right-wingers watch Laura Loomer. I don't goddamn fucking watch Laura Loomer, but the right-wingers do, and the young people do.
Deleted it. Now she's gone on that she's going to make a list of all the leftists.
Oh, so she deleted it. She deleted the post.
Charlie Kirk online in a since deleted tweet. She tweeted that Charlie Kirk had stabbed Trump in the back and didn't have Trump's back and all of this other stuff. She since deleted it. Now she's gone on that she's going to make a list of all the leftists and liberals and Democrats that she thinks contributed to Charlie Kirk's murder. And in fact, what contributed to it is a Republican family that teaches their children about guns at a very young age. And sadly, this has become such a part of right-wing American culture. And I want to say that this makes me sad. This makes me sad for that family, makes me sad for that kid, because our politicians have never, ever responded to gun violence. We've had presidents shot. Charlie Kirk has been shot. Hide and watch. What they're going to do after this is they're going to continue on the same path they always continue upon, which is more guns, more accessible all the time. In Oklahoma, where we live, they have vending machines with ammo in them in 7-Elevens and other type convenience store. I'm not sure if it's a 7-Eleven. I don't want to get that wrong, but like convenience stores.
Okay, so this is iHip News. This is breaking news, y'all. This just came out. This is not even an hour ago, just an hour ago. This is while we were on the last stream. This just came out.
Ammo vending machines. Billy Baldwin points out this on Twitter. He's not black. Charlie Kirk's killer.
Okay, let me fix this real quick. I can see there's some issues here with that. What's up with this, man? Here we go. Don't know why that turned out like that. Okay, here we go.
Tyler Robinson, he's not black. He's not trans. He's not Muslim. He's not an immigrant. He is not a Democrat. Meet Charlie Kirk's assassin, Tyler Robinson. He is a white, Christian, conservative, Republican male with a gun again. And
y'all hear that? That's what he is. Let's hear it again.
Meet Charlie Kirk's assassin, Tyler Robinson. He is a white, Christian, conservative, Republican male with a gun again. And statistically, when all of this was going on,
let's hear that one more time.
The white, Christian, conservative, Republican male with a gun again. And statistically, when all Republican assassin, Tyler Robinson, he is a white, Christian, conservative, Republican male with a gun again. Meet Charlie Kirk's assassin,
get it in your thick
Tyler
head, maggots.
Robinson. He is
Donald Trump. You listening? Cash Patel, are you listening? Laura Loomer, you listening? Pam Bondi, are you listening? Maggots out there, are y'all listening? You're angry at the liberals now, huh? You want to go get back at the liberals, huh? Yeah, well, don't worry. The liberals know how you think. We know how you think. But why don't you ever do something, to fix your own problem?
Meet Charlie Kirk's assassin.
Yo, I said 2 days ago that you don't know who it is. It could be even these people go after each other. And lo and behold, so it wasn't a Putin this time. It wasn't a Putin job. Okay. That's great to know. That's great to know. It could happen, especially if you don't have good media following up, bringing people the truth, because people will easily fall for a setup. If you don't have quality media telling people the truth, they easily will spark some shit off. But in this case, it's now been found out that the killer of Charlie Kirk is a white, male, Christian, conservative, raised on guns since a small child. He's not black. He's not trans. He's not Muslim. He's not an immigrant. He's not a Democrat. His family are all registered Republicans. Father was a sheriff and a minister in Utah. Is a sheriff, ex-sheriff and a minister in Utah. Okay?
Tyler Robinson, he is a
crazy.
white Christian conservative Republican male with a gun again. And statistically, when all of this was going on, when Fox News started declaring war, when Jesse Waters and Laura Ingraham, which recklessly tried to
Let's
rile
hear
up,
it again.
statistically, when all of Charlie Kirk's killer, Tyler Robinson, he's not black, he's not trans, he's not
You hear that, maggots?
Muslim. He's not an immigrant. He is not a Democrat. Meet Charlie Kirk's assassin, Tyler.
He's not a Democrat. He's not a Democrat. He's not a Democrat. He's not even a liberal. He's a conservative, white, male Christian from a Mormon family whose father is a preacher and a sheriff. He grew up with guns, learning how to shoot guns at an early age. People are now saying that it has something to do with Laura Loomer's beef with this guy, Christian Kirk. Yes, she had a beef, and we're going to look it up. You can say it's not true all you want. Hey, let's just look it up and find out.
Tyler Robinson, he is a white Christian conservative Republican male with a gun again. And statistically, when all of this was going on,
Yo, click the like button, share the video, y'all. They found out this dude. Let me go back. Let's bring it back for the people who missed it. This is his family right here. This is his family. This is the dude's family right here. This is them. This is his dad. Mormon, ex-Mormon, or maybe he's still a Mormon preacher, ex-sheriff in Utah. This is the family.
Shooter. Call to activism is reporting Tyler Robinson of Utah. His father is a retired sheriff. They're Mormon.
Say that his father's not a retired sheriff.
They're white.
Say that they're not Mormon, his whole family. Say that they're not white.
He was raised with guns
Say that they weren't raised with guns, that he wasn't raised with a gun. Say it.
and shooting, and he wore a Trump costume for Halloween.
Say he didn't wear a Trump costume for Halloween.
And you see these same photographs again, him with his dad, and his dad with that kind of patriotic black and white American flag, all that MAGA coded hyper masculinity style merch. And you see the gun in his hands when he is a small child. And then
This guy has some nice guns now. Don't get it twisted. He sat there as a kid. I'm talking about as a kid with some nice guns.
next up is that within the MAGA movement, if somebody steps out of line, they start to intercannibalize. And 2 days before,
Okay, so you hear this. Now she's getting into the Laura Loomer part. And it's true. I was saying this. It could be a right-wing extremist going after another right wing because they do it. They do this. It's not new. They actually do this. They cannibalize, like she's saying. Yo, this is iHip News for those of y'all that don't know. Part of the MAGA, also part of the I'm sorry, not MAGA, Midas Touch movement.
and 2 days before the murder of Charlie Kirk, Laura Loomer was calling out Charlie Kirk online in a since deleted tweet. She tweeted that Charlie Kirk had stabbed Trump in the back and didn't have Trump's back and all of this other stuff. She since deleted it. Now she's gone on that she's going to make a list of all the leftists and liberals and Democrats that she thinks contributed to Charlie Kirk's murder. And in fact, what contributed to it is a Republican family that teaches their children about guns at a very young age. And sadly, this has become such a part of right-wing American culture. And I want to say that this makes me sad. This makes me sad for that family, makes me sad for that kid, because our politicians have never, ever responded to gun violence. We've had presidents shot. Charlie Kirk has been shot. Hide and watch. What they're going to do after this is they're going to continue on the same path they always continue upon, which is more guns, more accessible all the time. In Oklahoma, where we live, they have vending machines with ammo in them in 7-Elevens and other type convenience store. I'm not sure if it's a 7-Eleven. I don't want to get that wrong, but like convenience stores, there are ammo vending machines.
Oh, shit.
Billy
Sorry about
Baldwin
that.
points
Hold
out
on.
this on Twitter.
Let me see something.
What if your
here.
website
Sorry about
sucks?
that. Let me just read the chat real quick. It was I wasn't a leftist, huh? Yeah, it wasn't a leftist. It was not a leftist, and no, Pam Bondi didn't tell us, and Cash Patel didn't tell us that, and neither did punk ass, lion ass Trump, the man who will go on national TV and lie his ass off any second, not even any day, any second, any breath that Trump makes. Part of it is a goddamn lie. Look, check this out. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. How many times we gotta do breaking news today?
He's not black. Charlie Kirk's killer, Tyler Robinson. He's not black.
Nope.
He's not trans.
Nope.
He's not Muslim.
Nope.
He's not an immigrant.
Nope.
He is not a Democrat.
Nope.
Meet Charlie Kirk's assassin, Tyler Robinson. He is a white, Christian, conservative, Republican male with a gun again.
Listen, y'all. Right now, what I want you to do is click the share button. Click the like button. Click the share button, because people need to know who the real killer, the background of the real killer, because they said he was a liberal. They said he was trans, or alluded to that. They alluded to him being a Democrat, all kinds of stuff. He is none of the above. He is a white, conservative, Christian male from Utah, whose father is a preacher, right? Is a Mormon preacher, and was the sheriff at one time. This is who he is, and he grew up with guns, and they're registered Republicans.
And statistically, when all of this was going on, when Fox News started declaring war, when Jesse Waters and Laura Ingraham, which recklessly tried to rile up their base that somehow the left was in charge of this, statistically, I knew that this was probably a white male, as all shooters are. And this seems to be MAGA grown terrorism.
It is.
MAGA is a culture that embraces.
This is MAGA grown terrorism. This is MAGA grown terrorism. This is exactly what it is. And that's what you would normally think it is, because it's normally that. That's exactly what it normally is. But this time, they literally went out there and lied to the public and made it seem like this guy. I mean, it was no stops. When is the media going to do that? How come Legacy Media didn't break this story? When is Legacy Media going to stop the bullshit? When is Legacy Media going to start going back to journalism? When are they going to do that? When the hell is it going to happen? When's this imaginary, made up propaganda arm of the news going to fucking end so we can save our goddamn country? Like, these people are so fucking selfish. You know, they are so goddamn selfish. I'm talking about the media. I'm talking about the legacy media. I'm sorry. Some of them are better than others, are far better than others. But goddamn.
Is unrestricted.
A man was murdered. And the best you could do was have Trump come on your channel and fucking lie to your goddamn faces. That's the best you could do, MAGA. That's the best you could do, Fox. And you knew damn well who this boy was and what family he was from. Once he was arrested, you knew that shit in 5-10 minutes. They knew that in 10 goddamn minutes.
Access to guns at all times. They want guns to have more rights than women. This is
things worth knowing.
The don't tread on me crap is
they want guns to have more rights than women. It's true.
Restricted access to guns at all times. They want guns to have more rights than women. This is the don't tread on me crowd.
Yeah.
This is the crowd that if anybody steps out of line to their dear leader, they get death threats, even within their own party. You can go no further than to ask Mitt Romney or John McCain before he died.
Look at this stupid comment. Somebody named Mad Widget. Why lie, Blackie? That's so funny, man. Why don't you get some health care, get some education? I hope your kids are doing well. I hope they get into school, dude. Like, really, you have nothing else to do. I mean, you know, these little tropes and things like that, they show what these MAGA people are about. They're gutter. They're gutter. They're literally gutter. And, you know, they vote against their own interests time after time. And while one of them killed another one of them that they worship, they got time again to talk about other people, their skin color, things you do not control. This is the perfect example of it. Thank you for being that perfect example, Mad Widget. You are the perfect example of what the problem is.
Of a brain tumor. This is what happens to anybody who steps out of line with the cult leader. But Fox News and these right-wing influencers would have you believe that people like us that want people to have health care, that want a safe place for Charlie Kirk to have gone and done his job.
Yep.
I wanted Charlie Kirk to be able to go do what he wanted to do, even though I disagree with all of the hateful shit that he says. The world that I want to live in is a place where Charlie Kirk is not shot.
Yeah, that's definitely true. But I do wish that more media, and I do wish that more facilities, educational institutions like a university would push back with more facts. It seems like they're not doing that well, because a lot of that stuff that Charlie Kirk preaches can easily be debunked, especially by a damn educational institution, a university. I mean, what is this? What is this? That is gutter. That's gutter. That is gutter. You mean you put millions and millions of dollars into an institution, and the best you can get is this lunatic to fucking spread hate? It's pathetic. It's pathetic. It is pathetic. And let me tell you, it's also white genocide. Charlie Kirk is white American poor genocide. He is killing their brains. When they need a hand up, he is like saying, no, don't put your hand up. We don't do that. Don't do that. Just keep being stupid and keep being isolated and keep pointing the finger at everybody else and keep being robbed by people like Trump, who are going to give billions and billions and trillions of dollars to the billionaires and none to you. Not even give you a disaster relief. Not even help you so your daughters and your mothers and your families can have elder care or medical care when they need it. I mean, you guys are low. This is your lesson right here. One of your own killed your man. MAGA, it's a MAGA eat MAGA world, basically. It's a MAGA eat MAGA world.
And so
it's a hard knock life, straight up.
What they've done, what Fox News and all of these right-wing influencers putting.
Aren't you so fucking, see? You see? Look, they wanted to invade liberal towns. They were ready. Trump had the message out already. They had the message ready, the anti-liberal message. They need to stop killing us. The liberals are killing us. They hate us. They want war. They're at war with us. Isn't that what Jesse, dumbass from Fox, said? They were at war with us. Yo, this shit is bizarre.
Targets on so many liberals' backs. They've started a whole website about Charlie's murderers and listing people online and doxing them. And this is a homegrown problem.
Look, they even say that they have Russian and Chinese troll farms as a part of these groups online. Like, she's reporting on it. Like, the state police has said this. The state police said that the people online that they're worried about, these MAGA folk, have Russian and Chinese troll farm entities in there pretending to be them. Like, straight up. I'm serious, man. I mean, this is what they're saying. This is the reporting.
Donald Trump has the most divisive rhetoric that I've ever heard in my life. I've never heard American presidents speak out against their own citizens. And while all this was going on, these right-wing influencers were riling up, and Fox News was riling up the base and saying it's all these leftists. The Utah governor also revealed that,
listen up, y'all,
there's a huge
the Utah governor
bought the Utah, and Fox News is riling up the base and saying it's all these leftists. The Utah governor also revealed that there's a huge bot farm of Chinese and Russian bots that were in the algorithms owned by all of.
You don't need a second.
Owned by all of. Okay. Let's hear it. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Well, not surprised. Wish I was, but I'm not. But it's good to know.
Utah Governor Spencer Cox said Russian and Chinese bots are stoking violence online in the wake of Charlie Kirk's assassination.
You see, I told you. I mean, they want a civil war in the United States of America. That is what they want. They want a civil war. And let me make this smaller. I'm sorry, because I can see maybe some folks can't see what I'm saying here. They want a civil war in the United States of America, Russia and China, and they're working for that. So that's why you need level-headed people, at the top, and not lunatics, right? But a lot of these MAGAs don't really understand how sophisticated that stuff is. They go for the easy tropes, and all it takes is some Chinese and Russian bots to throw in the tropes that they want and the bad information, and they go for it every time. But here, this is real, okay? Governor Spencer Cox said Russian. This is 3 hours ago or 4 hours ago now. Spencer said Russian and Chinese bots are stoking violence online in the wake of Charlie Kirk's assassination. Let's hear some more.
So when Donald Trump found out that Charlie Kirk had been assassinated, executed, killed in cold blood, he was meeting with architects about his ballroom. Mind you, the night before, Vladimir Putin sent drones over a NATO nation, Poland. One would think that an American president would have been in the Situation Room the next day. But
yeah. Actually, Trump didn't even mention it. He wasn't doing anything. It's true. They sent a lot, like 100 drones that went into Poland airspace, and they shot them down. But I don't know how many fell to the ground. But the president of Poland called an Article 5 meeting, which this was 2 days ago, which gives the EU nations or the NATO nations the operation to function separately. They don't have to go to Article 5. They can talk about what to do under Article 4. That's what Article 4 is. So, just for people to know, I didn't even have a chance to report about it, but I was aware of it. But
he was meeting with architects for a vanity project that he has. This is a very serious time. We do not have serious people in charge that care about cleaning up their own political party, and they attack anybody who steps out of line against Donald Trump.
Now let's go back. Now, this is what they were reporting earlier. They were reporting that this was a Democrat who did this shooting. It wasn't. It was a Republican who did it. And it was a white Christian national who did it. And now that's coming out. His father is the family are Mormons. His father's a Mormon preacher and an ex-sheriff. And the man who shot him had grown up with guns at a very young age, as you could see. Let me see if I can move this over a little bit so y'all can see what I'm seeing here too. Just a little bit here. You see, this is how young. He's very young with guns, right? And I'm not judging, but I do think that he was a good shot. He was a damn good shot, but he shot another right-wing Christian conservative Yeah, that's who he shot. That's who he shot. The guy's not a liberal and he's not a Democrat. And the FBI knew that long before they hit the news with it, and they neglected to tell people because they knew that Trump already had a narrative, a political narrative that he needed to put out to the public. And the political narrative was go hunt down liberals. That was his narrative. Despicable, pathetic, petty, old, stinky man.
Liberals to me. Tyler's family is registered Republicans. His father is a minister and former law enforcement. They have family members in the military. Oh, and Tyler's parents introduced him to weapons at an early age. Kylie put up these photos individually. Here he is with his father, and you notice his father has on kind of that Patriot MAGA coded style merch. And here he
Did y'all see that? Did y'all see
was raised in gun.
Did y'all see the
on
Patriot?
kind of that.
You see that? Yeah, y'all have seen that before, but this is him and his dad, and his son is going to jail for killing a scumbag like Charlie Kirk. But the only thing is that it's not for the reasons that Trump said and the maggots said. Why? Because he's one of them. That's the breaking news.
Patriot MAGA coded style merch. And here he is, was raised in gun culture, shooting guns. So we knew that the person who shot Kirk would have to have experience. Here he is as a very small child with.
Look at this. They standing right in front of the guns right here. As a small kid, this is him with the glasses.
An assault rifle.
An assault rifle. This is an assault rifle.
This has sadly become a huge part of American culture where kids, here he is sitting down with a huge weapon. So this fits not the profile of a radical leftist, because we don't go to gun shows and take photographs with weapons. This sadly is what always comes out about these right-wing extremists. Gun culture is a huge part of it. Loneliness, radicalization online. The pumps, what did you say, the Utah governor? All this is breaking very quickly. The Associated Press is reporting what, Pumps?
That that Tyler Robinson had become radicalized and got into politics recently and did not believe what Charlie Kirk believed, but it doesn't go into specifics.
Okay. And then here's what we know about the shooter. Call to Activism is reporting Tyler Robinson of Utah. His father is a retired sheriff. They're Mormon. They're white. He was raised with guns and shooting, and he wore a Trump costume for Halloween. And you see these same photographs again, him with his dad, and his dad with that kind of patriotic black and white American flag, all that. Is reporting Tyler Robinson of Utah. His father is a retired sheriff. They're Mormon. They're white. He was raised with guns and shooting, and he wore a Trump costume for Halloween. And you see these same photographs again, him with his dad, and his dad with that kind of patriotic black and white American guns and shooting. Tyler Robinson of Utah. His father is a retired sheriff. They're Mormon. They're white. He was raised with guns and shooting, and he wore a Trump costume for Halloween. And you see these same photographs again, him with his dad, and his dad with that kind of patriotic black and white American flag, all that MAGA coded hyper masculinity style merch. And you see the gun in his hands when he is a small child. And then next up is that within the MAGA movement, if somebody steps out of line, they start to intercannibalize. And 2 days before the murder of Charlie Kirk, Laura Loomer was calling out Charlie Kirk online in a since deleted tweet. She tweeted that Charlie Kirk had stabbed Trump in the back and didn't have Trump's back and all of this other stuff. She since deleted it. Now she's gone on that she's going to make a list of all the leftists and liberals and Democrats that she thinks contributed to Charlie Kirk's murder. And in fact, what contributed.
Okay, so yeah, this is the guy. This is his whole family. This is them. This is them. They're conservatives. They're conservatives. They're Republican. They're from Utah, and and Kash Patel neglected to tell people this. Look, let me fix this so y'all can see it just as I'm seeing it too. Here it is. Tyler, now this is from Blake P. Carter, right? Blake P.C. Carter. Here we go. Now, Tyler Robinson and his family don't look like trans liberals to me. Tyler's family is registered Republicans. His father is a minister and former law enforcement. They have family members in the military. Oh, and Tyler's parents introduced them to weapons at an early age. Now, let me just see. 2 seconds. Can I find? Let me see something here. I want to see if I can find this real quick. Can I get on there? Is Tyler Robinson? Is that his name? Damn. Did I mess that up or what? Oops. Hold on. Did I do that right? Sorry about that. Hold on. Let me see here. Let me go back. I just want to see if I can pull that up on ChatGPT real quick. Well, when you watch decent news networks, you actually get pretty solid information. I don't think they would be reporting on it if there weren't other qualifiers there. But I know they're good journalists. They do some good journalism, and Midas Touch does also, is very thorough, like courtroom reporters, thorough, not like politicized thorough, more like just fact based. But let's check this out. Was Tyler Robinson's family registered Republicans? Well, this shit is all out of the bag now. So, they're going to have to make up some more lies. This is crazy. Look, this is crazy. Now, let me see here. Let me see. Boom. Let's go back here. Can I pull this over? Let me see if we can get this up here. Okay. It says that, for all intents and purposes, it says that Tyler Robinson, a 22-year-old suspect in the fatal shooting of conservative activist Charlie Kirk, is registered as a nonpartisan voter. Okay, so he's not registered as a Republican. He's registered and not as a Democrat either. Hello, I hope you guys can see this. Let me remove this. Right. It's OK to say when you're wrong, but they reported his family as being Republicans. So that means his family, father, mother, this kind of thing. And of course, they're Mormons from Utah. But in any case, let's say that wouldn't be shocking for him to be a conservative Christian Mormon, conservative Christian Republican from Utah. That's a Mormon. That wouldn't be a shocker. But it says here he's a nonpartisan in the last two general elections. Okay, so the last two general elections, he became a nonpartisan. That's not a Democrat. That's not a Republican. But before that, he was likely Republican. In contrast, both of Robinson's parents are registered Republicans. His father, Matt Robinson, reportedly recognized his son in surveillance images released by law enforcement and encouraged him to surrender. A family friend who is also a U.S. Marshal task force officer assisted in conveying this information to the FBI. They didn't say his daddy was a Republican, though. They didn't say that in the news. They didn't say that he was brought up with guns in Utah. They didn't say that either. They didn't say his family were Mormons. They didn't say that either. Trump said that. Do y'all want to hear what Trump said? This is the crazy part about it. This is what Trump said. This is some crazy ass shit. Let's see here. Trump. On shooter. Let's see if Trump's statements make any goddamn sense. Which everyone knows they don't. But, let's just review it just for the record.
This is a CBS News special report. I'm Gayle King here in New York. We're coming on the air with new information in the Charlie Kirk assassination. President Trump just said a short time ago that he is very certain that the suspect in Tuesday's killing is now under arrest. The president made that claim in a live appearance on the Fox News channel.
Yeah. Can I always say, I think, just to protect us all, and so Fox doesn't get sued and we all don't get sued and everything else. But I think with a high degree of certainty, we have him in custody, right? In custody. Everyone did a great job. We worked with the local police, the governor. Everybody did a great job. Getting somebody that you start off with absolutely nothing. And we started off with a clip that made him look like
Now, check this out. Check this out. This is a day. So look, in the beginning, Trump was like, these are radical liberals. He didn't say Mormon. He didn't say, hey, he was a radical liberal who came from great Republican families in Utah who are Mormons. He didn't even say that. He didn't say anything like that. Look, but this is a day. This is the second day. And he's still not saying that after he knows more, and he's still not saying it. Now, let's just go to Trump. Let's listen to Trump's rant. His goddamn rant that he had in the White House. Where the hell is this rant at? This was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life, to be honest with you. Trump Oval Office rant. What the hell? This is Trump's crazy
To my great
speech.
fellow Americans, I am filled with grief and anger at the heinous assassination of Charlie Kirk on a college campus in Utah. Charlie inspired millions, and tonight all who knew him and loved him are united in shock and horror. Charlie was a patriot who devoted his life to the cause of open debate and the country that he loved so much, the United States of America. He fought for liberty, democracy, justice, and the American people. He's a martyr for truth and freedom.
The United States of America.
And there's never been anyone who was so respected by youth.
Laura Loomer didn't respect him. Laura Loomer, according to reporting that we just watched, said he was a sellout, a traitor. Let's go find it.
Charlie was also a man of deep, deep faith. And we take comfort in the knowledge that he is now at peace with God in heaven. Our prayers are with his wife, Erica, the two.
Was the shooter a man of deep, deep faith?
Young, beloved children, and his entire family, who he loved more than anything in the world. We ask God to watch over them in this terrible hour of hope.
Notice how transactional he is about God. We ask God to watch over them suddenly. Oh, okay, right, sure, Mr. President. You care about God. You're being leaked for drawing pictures of minors, dude. Your homeboy. People are calling you a pedophile, Trump, and you talking about God?
Heartache and pain. This is a dark moment for America. Charlie Kirk traveled the nation, joyfully engaging with everyone interested in good faith.
Joyfully engaging? No, he wasn't. He was going around spewing hate speech. What the fuck?
Debate. His mission was to bring young people into the political process, which he did better than anybody ever, to share his love of country and to spread the simple words of common sense. On campuses nationwide, he championed his ideas with courage.
Okay, I got to get to the other part.
Too many innocent people.
Here we go.
ICE agents, to the vicious murder of a healthcare executive in the streets of New York, to the shooting of House Majority Leader Steve Scalise and 3 others. Radical left political violence has hurt too many innocent people.
So, radical left. So was that guy, was he from the radical left? Was Tyler Robinson from the radical left?
And taken too many lives. Tonight, I ask all Americans to commit themselves to the American values for which Charlie Kirk lived and died, the values of free speech, citizenship, the rule of law, and the patriotic devotion and love of God.
Patriotic love and devotion of God. What is? But you could see how a cheap man like him uses religion, and just like in a transactional way. It's so casual. From what he's down for genocide, right? He's down for letting Putin bomb Ukraine. He's down for that. He's down for sending the military, the Marines, and he's down for all kinds of shit. And then he's now talking about God after a man has been murdered. A man who spoke up for him got murdered. It's always like that with Trump. It's always the people that's speaking up, that's around him, that's taking the fall for him. Look at Ghislaine Maxwell. Guess who's in jail and guess who's free? You see? And, but here.
Charlie was the best of America, and the monster who attacked him was attacking our whole country. An assassin tried to silence him with a bullet, but he failed because together we will ensure that his voice, his message, and his legacy will live on for countless generations to come.
Right. So he's not telling everybody that the person who killed, the person who shot him, right? The person who actually did it is not a radical left, and he knew it. The person who really killed him is from Utah, right? His family is Mormon. Family are registered Republicans, and he is not a registered radical left Democrat. He is registered, as they say here, as a nonpartisan. Okay, that means not Democrat, not Republican. So there you have it. There it is. And what they do say is that he's an anti-fascist. Okay, but that's not a Democrat. So that's really interesting. So just for folks who want to know, this is the family, right? This is what they are all, this is what they look like. This is who they are, just in case you want to know.
ROBinSON and his family don't look like trans liberals to me. Tyler's family is registered Republicans. His father is a minister and former law enforcement. They have family members in the military. Oh, and Tyler's parents introduced him to weapons at an early age. Kylie put up these photos individually. Here he is with his father, and you notice his father has on kind of that Patriot MAGA coded style merch. And here he is, was raised in gun culture, shooting guns. So we knew.
I mean, this guy is young. Is this liberal? Is this radical liberal, trans, gay, women? Is this what they're doing? Radical liberals? They're raised around guns, huh? Is that a sign of a radical liberal? I mean, I don't know. He's in Utah. He's a Mormon. Let me just Google this real quick too. Let's see if he's also stepped away since he's apparently his family is he's not the same political party as his family, and he's not the same political party as Bill Clinton either. But is he a Mormon? Just straight to the point. Is he a Mormon? Let's find out. Gotta hear this. Don't know, but it's going to be worth hearing. Let's see here. Is the man a Mormon? Searching the internet. Chop, chop, chop. Okay. Wow. Let's see here. Is that right? Okay. Let's see what they got to say. It says, yes, he is a Mormon. He's a Mormon, y'all. He was raised in Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Is that a liberal church? Are liberals typically Mormons raised in the Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints church? I'm just asking. I don't know. Commonly known as the Mormon Church. According to a neighbor, he attended LDS services in his youth in St. George, Utah. However, there's no specific information confirming his current. Okay, so they don't know his current stuff. The incident involving Robinson has drawn attention due to the timing of the okay. Charlie Kirk and the conservative activist he is accused of shooting. Charlie Kirk, the conservative outright, had praised Mormons during his speech at Utah Valley University shortly before the shooting occurred. Damn. This has led to the speculation about the potential influence of Robinson's upbringing on the events. It's important to note that Robinson's actions are not representation of the beliefs and the practices of the LDS Church. So their ChatGPT wants you to know that although he's a Mormon, it doesn't mean that Mormons are into shooting and executing people in public for political reasons. Not like some Republicans, you know what I'm saying? But in any case, that's what they say. So let's go back to this.
That the person who shot Kirk would have to have experience. Here he is as a very small child with an assault rifle. This has sadly become a huge part of American culture where kids, here he is sitting down with a huge weapon.
Yo, share the video so more people can know the background of the shooter. He was not a radical left liberal. He comes from a Mormon Republican family. He's registered as a nonpartisan. He's not registered as a Democrat, and he's not a liberal.
So this fits not the profile of a radical leftist because we don't go to gun shows. Tyler Robinson, he's not black. He's not trans. He's not Muslim. He's not an immigrant. He is not a Democrat. Meet Charlie Kirk's assassin, Tyler Robinson. He is a white, Christian, conservative, Republican male with a gun again. And statistically, when all of this was going on, when Fox News started declaring war, when Jesse Waters and Laura Ingraham, which recklessly tried to rile up their base that somehow the left was in charge of this, statistically, I knew that this was probably a white male, as all shooters are. And this seems to be MAGA grown terrorism. MAGA is a culture that embraces unrestricted access to guns at all times. They want guns to have more rights than women. This is the don't tread on me crowd. This is the crowd that if anybody steps out of line to their dear leader, they get death threats, even within their own party. You can go no further than to ask Mitt Romney or John McCain before he died of a brain tumor. This is what happened.
Yo, this is so funny. Somebody wrote, I think it's Diglo something, Barbara wrote, sounds like a lefty to me. In Utah, grown up in a Mormon family in Utah, gun-toting family, father's a preacher, Mormon preacher, sheriff, and to this guy, he sounds like a lefty. Okay.
Happens to anybody who steps out of line with the cult leader. But Fox News and these right-wing influencers would have you believe that.
All right, now let me see something. Let me go to this one. Just 2 seconds. Did Laura Loomer accuse damn, what the hell is his name? Kirk of being a backstabber 2 days ago? Let me see here. Yeah, apparently this is what people are talking about now. So let me get this straight on the screen so everybody can see it. See what it is. Okay, it's not that one. It's this one. Let me hook this up so it's nice and viewable for folks. Yeah, apparently Laura Loomer just 2 days ago made these comments, and people are speculating now that that had something to do with this guy's view that, because there is a split in MAGA, basically. And people have been saying there's already a MAGA civil war. I mean, this is what people have been saying. You don't have to take my word for it, but this is what people have been saying. Yeah, let me see. Is that can I play that? Let me see something. If I go like this, will it play? Okay, so let me get into it here. It says here that Yes, Laura Loomer did accuse Charlie Kirk of being a backstabber just days before his assassination. In a post from July 13th, 2025, she referred to Kirk. Okay, so there's another one where she referred to Kirk as a charlatan and a political opportunist. He had stabbed Trump in the back. She criticized his opposition to military action in Iran. Y'all hear that? And his stance on the Jeffrey Epstein case, calling him out for hosting comedian Dave Smith. Damn, these people really apparently there's a lot to this. There is some sort of MAGA breakup here, as you can hear. Yeah. Now she criticized his opposition to military action in Iran and his stance on Jeffrey Epstein. So apparently, what it is, the rumor is that Charlie Kirk just is a yes man for Trump. That's what people say he was reduced to. And so a lot of the MAGA people, a good number of them, don't follow that. They don't agree with that. They don't agree with Jeffrey Epstein case, how they said they were going to release it on day one, and they don't agree with being involved in foreign wars, which Trump also promised he would not do. But then there's the other MAGA people that are like Charlie Kirk. They don't care what Trump does. They just go along with it and make excuses for it. Trump could say one thing the next day. They say, oh, yeah, that's why I support Trump. And then he does the opposite. And they say, well, I still support him. OK. Following Kirk's death on September 10th, 2025, Loomer shifted her rhetoric, accusing the left. Damn. So right after his death, did she change the fucking mind? That is crazy. Yo. The left, oh my God, it shifted her rhetoric, accusing the left of orchestrating a political assassination. She called for the Trump administration to shut down and prosecute leftist organizations, labeling them national security threat. This abrupt change sparked criticism and ridicule on social media, with many highlighting her previous attacks on Kirk. In summary, Loomer did accuse Kirk of being a backstabber just days before the death, and her subsequent defense of him after the assassination has been met with backlash due to the apparent contradictions. So it is true. It is true. Yeah. So
that people like us that want people to have health care, that want a safe place for Charlie Kirk to have gone and done his job. I wanted Charlie Kirk to be able to go do what he wanted to do. Even though I disagree with all of the hateful shit that he says, the world that I want to live in is a place where Charlie Kirk is not shot. And so what they've done, what Fox News and all of these right-wing influencers putting targets on so many liberals' backs, they've started a whole website about Charlie's murderers and listing people online and doxing them. And this is a homegrown problem. Donald Trump has the most divisive rhetoric that I've ever heard in my life. I've never heard American presidents speak out against their own citizens. And while all this was going on, these right-wing influencers were riling up, and Fox News was riling up the base and saying it's all these leftists. The Utah governor also revealed that there's a huge bot farm of Chinese and Russian bots.
Okay. So that's something the Utah governor also talked about. You know, the man that announced who killed who and all of this stuff, the head of the lead of the tip of the spear of the investigation, the ones that captured him. He was saying this.
That were in the Fox News is riling up the base and saying it's all these leftists. The Utah governor also revealed that there's a huge bot farm of Chinese and Russian bots that were in the algorithms owned by all of Trump's supporters. Utah Governor Spencer Cox said Russian and Chinese bots are stoking violence online in the.
Yeah, so if you guys look in this chat, you might notice that when you're online, you know, they have troll farms and they send these people. These people might get paid pennies to impersonate themselves as Americans, go into left-leaning online places and try to stir up violence, essentially, through manipulative ways. Now, it's not so transparent all the time, but their goal is China and Russia's goal is to create a civil war in the United States. So every American needs to understand that first before you react. You need to understand that. And you have to understand that anybody supporting a civil war from the outside is not doing it to help anyone on the inside, MAGA, right or left. They're doing it because they know it will basically destroy the U.S. That's why they're doing it. So if you're a MAGA person and you think you want a civil war, you have to understand it's not going to turn out the way you think it is. And vice versa. If you're on the left and you want a civil war, anyone wanting a civil war, see, that's the difference. You can have disagreements. We can talk about it intellectually, right? We can talk about the facts. But when you see these people that really start like stoking up violence, that's where you know they're either ignorant or they're up to something else. Because if you're smart enough to know that other people that hate the United States want Americans to be in a civil war, you would act like you understand that that's what the other ones want, and you wouldn't appease them by using violent language towards other Americans. But people like Charlie Kirk are so goddamn stupid, they actually appease these foreign countries that hate the United States of America. And that is the problem with MAGA. They do it. And they need to be called out for it, and they need to check that shit, because them doing that to themselves does not benefit themselves. Look, one of their own just killed this man. Wasn't a trans person, wasn't a Muslim, wasn't a black person, wasn't a woman. It was a white Christian male from Utah whose family is Mormons and registered Republicans. That's who did it.
The wake of Charlie Kirk's assassination. So when Donald Trump found out that Charlie Kirk had been assassinated, executed, killed in cold blood, he was meeting with architects about his ball.
All right, y'all. So I'm gonna stop that. I'm gonna copy this in the chat. I want people to check out this full video. They have an excellent podcast that they do. Two wonderful ladies, and they are strong on the information, and that's what I'm strong on. I don't care about a lot of the other type of things that some people care about. I care about how smart somebody is, how well they do their job, how much integrity they have, and things like that. Because if you don't have integrity, the rest of what you are doesn't really matter at all anyway, right? And it shouldn't matter. But yeah, so let me drop this in the chat. I'm going to read a little bit of the chat too, and then I'm going to peace out on folks. Now, let me see. Can I get this up in the chat? Boom. Here we go. Yo, you guys, check out their podcast. It's great. That is so super that we were able to catch up on this. Now let me read some of the okay, Diglow Barber says, keep dreaming. Yeah, well, we know how MAGA people are, or MAGA trolls. They just keep up with repeating the same stuff. Charlie stoked violence. McAllister, yeah, absolutely. The man, that's what the man is known for. I mean, what the heck, and hate kills people from the inside. That's the crazy part about it. The killer is from a very conservative family. Yes, John, he is. He's not a liberal by any means. He's not a liberal. Now, that doesn't make him a Republican either, but obviously he's a nonpartisan. That's what he registered as. He didn't register as a Democrat, and he's not a liberal. We know that, Let me see. What is the guy smoking? Are you delusional? Oh, okay. This must be a troll, a Russian troll, or a Chinese troll. Okay, keep it up. Thanks for joining us, troll. Yeah, let's see here. Charlie, yeah. I also think Charlie Kirk isn't stupid. I think, hold on. Let me see. Who said that? I think he's an opportunist. He saw the chance to he's definitely misinformed about a lot of the things he talks about. But I don't know if that means he's stupid or if he's an opportunist, like you said. Yeah, maybe he is. Maybe you're right about that, Jack. Opportunist. In that MAGA fringe, there's a lot of opportunists that play dumb. So you're right about that. I agree with you. Let me see. What do you think he shot him for? Well, they're reporting now that it's a MAGA civil war, like MAGA split between Laura Loomer and people like Kirk. And they were saying that because of the Epstein files and this bombing Iran, it kind of split MAGA. And so now you have like two different kind of groups. One that's like Laura Loomer, and then the other that's like Christian Kirk. Is that his name? Charlie Kirk. I'm sorry. And the Charlie Kirk people just kind of go along with Trump no matter what. You know, they just keep believing in him no matter what. And then the other ones were like, nah. We can't do that. This Epstein shit. No, he promised day one. You know, those kind of folks, they're different. And I guess that's what he was alluding to when they said he was a registered nonpartisan. But hold on 2 seconds, y'all. Sorry. Hey, sweetie. Can you hear me? 2 seconds, y'all. I'll be right back. 2 seconds. I just got a call. Just got to send this message real quick. Hold on 2 seconds. Yeah, I missed the call, but let me see here. Boom. Okay. There we go. Oh, no. That's the wrong message. Let me see. Oops. Here we go. Sorry. Yeah. Let me try to call back real quick. Sorry, y'all. 2 seconds. All right. So in any case, let's get on with this. So that's what they were saying. Some sort of split in MAGA, you know, and but in any case, we know it wasn't what Trump said, and it wasn't what Laura Loomer said. At the end of the day, they all got back together on their lie and just have to tell people that it's liberals. Hold on. Get back at it. Hey, you on your way? What Nooks Plus, Scat, Nooks Plus. Duska Yum. Okay, so come to Nooks Plus. Okay. Okay. Be safe. Love you. Okay, yeah. So that's the sum of that story. For those of you, I put it in the chat. Those of you that want to review it, check it out and support their work. Also, if I were you, I would do it because they do great work. But let me see if I can get to some more. Definitely not Elon. Yeah, it wasn't Elon Musk's trans daughter. It wasn't. You know, this is so funny. Okay, let me see here. What do you think he shot him for? I mean, that's what they say, Tunic. Who knows, right? Who knows? Until he speaks, we don't know, right? But judging by the background information, which is really where the key problem is, Trump and Trump, Fox News reported false background information on the shooter. It's not a liberal. It's not a Democrat. It's a conservative white male Christian from Utah who's from a Mormon Republican family, who changed from Republican to nonpartisan 2 years ago. He did, not his family members. So that's the background of the person. He's not gay. He's not transgender. He's not black. He's not Muslim. He's not anti-American. He's not a communist. He's not, any of those things that Trump tried to get you to believe. That was not this case. So, it is what it is. My advice is, why doesn't Trump send the National Guard or the Marines into Utah to clean it up now that you know where the shooter is from? But I guess he's not going to do that, right? But in any case, I'll be back, y'all. I'm out. I appreciate y'all. Everybody be good and stay positive. Stay positive, yo. That's the easiest thing we could do for each other. Staying positive. But all right, peace. One. Tell me what you think. Release the Epstein file.